Okay, well, hey everybody, thanks for coming. Thank you for showing up tonight. We're going to start the meeting and get our guest speaker on, and we'll go from there. So we're homegrown, Missouri. I see a lot of very common faces, so I'm glad to see.
Common? That's not
very common.
Flattering.
Very repeat attenders, so we're really glad to have you.
Repeat offenders.
Here we go. It's getting worse. Just stop.
Repeat offenders.
Repeat offenders. Thank you for
The
coming.
federal government would like that.
They would. That's right.
Yeah,
I'm getting
they would
trained.
consider us.
No, thanks for coming out, everybody. It's a great night to be out. I'm hoping it doesn't rain. So this is our August meeting. Next month will be our year anniversary. We'll have been together a year. So we're moving forward and we're getting things done. We do have an excellent guest speaker tonight. But just before that, just kind of the events on the horizon. We're having a fall gardening workshop this Saturday in Forsyth. You've all got a flyer. It's been going around. I would encourage you all to attend. We're going to cover container gardening, raised bed gardening, gardening with different materials, and also obviously what you can plant in fall and when you should plant it in fall in our zone here in southern Missouri. So that's this Saturday. It starts at 9:30 in Forsyth at the Farmers Market at the Presbyterian Church, and we'll be there as long as the workshop needs to be. But I imagine it won't go over 2 hours. So that's the story. So that's it. If we do get rained on, we may move the meeting out to the train station. It's like literally just within walking distance. I doubt we'll have to do that. Looks like this is passed, but if we have to do that, we can go down there. It's covered. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Marina from Circle B Ranch. They produce excellent, above organic quality pork here in the Ozarks, and we're really glad that she's come to share with us tonight on what they do out there. So thank you, Marina.
Hello everyone, I'm Marina. I don't know if you can hear me back there, but I'll give you just a really quick overview of our ranch. We have 90 acres in Seymour, Missouri, and we have about 100 head of Berkshire and red wattle hogs. All of our hogs, if you want to look at your first thing, the reason why we moved here, we moved from New Jersey. I don't know if anybody can get my accent.
Yes.
Back in 2009. And basically we came out here for a better way of life and a little bit lower taxes. And we just thought that Southwest Missouri was really nice weather, and needless to say, we didn't realize we were going to have 105-degree weather for over 6 weeks this past summer, but it was okay. We've gotten through it. We felt that Southwest Missouri was a better business opportunity for us, and we also felt that since we were on a property with so much rock and wasn't a good thing to grow our corn or any other kind of crop, we figured we'd go with hogs. Hogs are really great outside, and they love the stony terrain. And we came here. My husband basically came out first and built the whole infrastructure of our property. We have all underground waterers. We breed, farrow, and raise all of our hogs outside. There is no confinement raising. And we found that so far it's been working out really well. So on to our next slide. Usually I'm used to giving this one with a PowerPoint presentation, so I really apologize. We chose the Berkshire hog because it's easy. They're easy to handle. They're very hardy. They adapt well to pasture. They have black skin, so they don't get sunburned. And you have to worry about sunburn with other hogs, because with white skin, if they're outside too long, they'll sunburn just like we do. They're friendly and they're pretty curious. And we found that they have an excellent meat quality to them. So what we do is Circle B Ranch. We breed, farrow, and raise all our own. We raise all of our hogs naturally, sustainably, and humanely. They're all on pasture and have access to the heavily wooded forests. So during this kind of heat, we don't see our hogs at all. They only come out a little while in the morning to graze, and then they go back and they sleep the whole day. And then you'll see them later on in the afternoon when the sun goes down. We do supplement with natural corn and soybean. So if you look at this, we farrow all of our hogs in these little English huts, and they're all outside. And we've been averaging 8 to 10 hogs per litter, which is pretty good. And the only time that we really lose any is maybe with the first gilt when she's having her first litter of hogs. Other than that, we pretty much have a 90% amount of hogs that we bring all the way to market. We are certified humanely raised in handles, and we do go beyond the organic way of raising. In organic, you only have to have your hogs out for 1 hour per day. You can do, just because you're an organic farmer, doesn't mean that your hogs are going to be outside. You just have to have an area for them to go out for an hour, and then they can go back in confinement. And we don't do any confinement raising. We have them outside 100% of the time, and they sleep outside in this kind of heat. And the only time that they go inside is in the winter time. We have like range huts that they go inside that are with deep straw. They go in there and they sleep, and then they come outside. But we don't bring them inside into any kind of structure.
Do they want to go into shelter when it's raining or snowing?
It depends. Sometimes they'll go into the woods. Sometimes they'll go into their range huts. It all depends upon the weather. In the rain, they'll go inside. In the snow, they like the snow. So they'll go outside, and as long as it's warm enough.
Yeah.
Hogs can't really hold their temperature too well because they only sweat through their nose. So they can get cold. So you need to have an area for them to go to at least get out of the bad weather. But we find that they'll even go down into a ravine and sort of like lay on top of each other. Hogs like to keep each other warm, so they
Is
like
that called a hog orgy?
Probably.
Okay.
The hog huddle. They're pretty funny to watch. So we also make sure that they have plenty of fresh water. We don't use pond water. We just use strictly all underground waters. Your meat will taste like your pond if you let them drink that kind of water. So it's all fresh water, and we also make sure that they have areas that they can wallow, because they need the mud in order to keep the flies and the mosquitoes and all that kind of stuff off of them. So you need to make sure that they have an area to wallow, and especially in the heat. In the wintertime, it's not as important. They won't go into it. We do not do any gestation stalls. I know it's a really big issue nowadays with most places that raise hogs. The sow will go into a crate for her whole life. Ours are not in a crate. It's all outdoors, and it's just a better way of bringing up your hogs. I'm sorry, I don't agree with it. Confinement theories. As far as our philosophy on raising hogs, we feel that there's more than enough hormones in a hog naturally, that they don't need any extra hormones, so we don't give them any hormone-filled feed. We don't give them any antibiotics unless it's totally medically necessary. And if we do, we pull them from the herd, and they're in 60 days by themselves. Because they will get sick, but it's very rare. We've had 3 hogs that have gotten sick in the 2 years we've been raising hogs. We have a totally closed herd. We do not bring any other hogs onto our property because we just don't want to bring other kind of bacteria or viruses or anything on our property. As far as a wormer, we do worm our hogs, but we worm them with a natural wormer. We don't give them any kind of wormer that we.
How do you have to deal with the feral hogs at all?
No, we
Like
don't
if
have.
they-
There are no feral hogs in our area of Missouri.
Okay.
In Ava there are, but not by where we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And all of our hogs are on different types of fencing. So we have a nursery pen for the real little guys, and they can't get out. Then we move them into like a braided fencing that is electrical fencing, and then the older hogs are all on 3-wire fencing. So it's really hard for other animals to get in unless they jump the fence, like a deer or something like that. We really don't. We haven't had any other problems with. And for feral hogs, it's a shoot on sight law.
Right.
So if we did have one come on the property, I don't think he would stay very long. We use two different things. We have mixed into their feed. We have diatomaceous earth, which is a natural wormer, and then we also use it's called Vermex, which is basically garlic based with a couple of herbs in it that we give to them once every 6 to 8 weeks. Because since we hand feed all our hogs, they will ingest worms, and they do eat the grass and stuff like that. We find that we have problems with worms mostly in April when the new grass comes out. Now it's not such a problem, but we just do it as pretty much on schedule. So we find that the diatomaceous works really well.
I just heard that the diatomaceous earth in your feeds actually help keep bugs out of feed too.
It
Is that
does.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you put the diatomaceous earth in the feed, it'll kill the bugs.
Yeah.
Can you explain what diatomaceous earth is? Because I know that I'm not still 100% sure exactly.
Diatomaceous earth is like a psyllium. It's from actually shells. It's very, very fine.
Actually, I think it's in the diatom. It's
Yeah.
it's actually a
around the
multicellular plant.
It's a hard shell algae.
Yeah, and so what happens is that it goes through the system. My husband actually does take diatomaceous earth, and I was taking it for a while, but I found out it dried my skin out too really a lot. But
I just bought like 5 pounds, but it's on a cheese. It's
yeah,
cheapest dirt.
Yeah, no, if you buy it at a hardware store, it's really
yeah,
cheap.
we
but-
buy.
No, I go to, you don't want to do that.
Well, you want to buy the
hardware store?
food grade diatomaceous
You
earth.
would not
Yeah.
want to, you would not want to consume what they have at the hardware store.
No. We buy food
Oh,
grade.
you're consuming. No, I'm talking about what I put in the chicken pen. I actually
Yeah,
put that through
we
the
put
chicken
in our
pen.
chicken pens too
Yeah.
because it keeps the bugs off of them,
Right.
and they use it to, I guess, when they go out there. We have
But do you think that the diatomaceous earth that you'd buy at the hardware store would not be good to put in their feed?
I wouldn't. We get a food grade.
Okay.
We buy food grade diatomaceous earth and have it mixed in with the feed.
Okay.
We just feel that we found that it really, really helped with the hogs to gain weight because they weren't wormy. Because since they are on regular pasture, they will get worms.
Yeah, since I've been using the diatomaceous earth from the hardware store, their egg production's up, so I think I better stop.
Could be. Well, no, mine have. No, my hens haven't had eggs in weeks.
Yeah, mine never stop.
Yeah.
know
Well,
what
I
the
think
deal
all
is.
of mine are molting.
Yeah, they're
That
really
means you're supposed. That's so you can it's your
That's right.
So we feel that we raise our hogs the old-fashioned way, which before pre-World War II was the way everybody raised their hogs until they wanted to produce a ton of hogs at a time, and we just couldn't keep up with the production. And then we all thought we'd bring them inside, and I don't think it's. My husband and I just feel that that's not the way for a hog to enjoy its life on it. I mean,
Well, and the meat is just not healthy.
it's not. It's not healthy for us.
You mentioned about worms and parasites. The NIH did a study just very recently, and they announced they estimate around 80 to 85% of all Americans are infested with parasites.
Yeah,
Wow.
And a huge portion of that actually is coming from the pork.
yeah.
Because the way that the hogs are being sheltered
No sunlight. They get massive skin erosion because they don't have any sunlight.
Yeah, besides torturing an animal,
Yeah,
you
it's
would think-
horrible.
You would think that people wouldn't want to do it just for that reason alone, but obviously it's common sense to think that they can't be healthy. There's no way they can be healthy.
No, it's not healthy, and it's not. I don't think it's. I wouldn't eat a piece of pork from a food store if you gave it to me for nothing. It's just not.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have the taste that
Right.
pasture raised. I mean, our hogs have muscle because they run around.
They probably, I've never thought about this, but they probably eat bugs and grubs.
They eat bugs
all
and they'll
sorts
eat
of
a
stuff, yeah.
snake. I mean, they'll. We don't give them any mammalian byproducts, but they will eat bugs and grubs and whatever is in
Yeah.
the ground. But
Just like chickens.
yeah, which is fun. Which is fun, but it also makes for a very happy, stress-free hog when you have them outside because they're not. They can do what they want to do. They can root. They can play. They're very social animals.
They'll eat dead.
You can actually taste the happiness.
You can. I have to.
No, I'm sure you can.
No, you can't. The color of the meat is way different than what you see in a store.
Yeah.
I mean, if you,
It's actually a red meat.
it's actually red. Yeah. I wish I brought some of my meat with me, but the shoulders are like red. They almost look like brisket. It's I don't know. It's just better. It's just better for you, better tasting. We also went with the Berkshire.
Pardon me?
We also went with a Berkshire hog, which is a 5-point white. With white, they have white, and they're all black, but they have a white nose, 4 white hooves, and a white tail.
So they're
And-
stylish.
Well, yeah, but
What's the origin of the picture?
they're from England. But
And that's why you give them English huts.
that's right.
Okay. They're stylish and they have English huts. Okay.
Yeah, and that's actually my boar right there. Well, getting back to why we went with Berkshires, we just felt that Berkshire was a better hog. And like I said before, they do well on pasture. We're also raising a small amount of red wattles, and I don't know if anybody's ever had red wattle meat, but it's really, really, really red. It's almost like eating a steak. It's very flavorful. They're a little bit harder to handle hog. They're very stubborn, but yeah. We crossbreed the Berkshire and the red wattle, which actually makes for really good meat. Really, really good. And I would say it's like 50% Berkshire red wattle mixture. We also like the Berkshire because it has fat. It's got a fat cap on it when you eat it. So you're not eating like something that has no fat. And a pasture raised animal is going to have a lot of fat on it. It's not like the stuff you get in the grocery store that has like this real thin layer of fat. Your flavor and all of your omega-3s and everything is in your fat. So you could actually eat our fat. So it's good. And it's also good for curing. A lot of people use the leg for like prosciutto. It makes great bacon. And
Is there anybody making prosciutto like in the Ozarks?
no,
Okay.
no, I wish there was. If there was, I'd be there.
Yeah. Could be a,
Is that hard? Is prosciutto hard to make?
Prosciutto has to cure for 365 days.
and it's also a cold smoke. There's no.
It's not even a smoke. It's
Yeah.
a cold
So
cure.
it's really like raw meat when
Yeah.
you eat it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you brine it and then you hang it for 365 days.
that's what we want.
I mean, we can do that, but you just can't resell it.
Okay.
That's the picture of our hogs in their natural surroundings, which is pretty awesome. They're down in one picture. They're down in a ravine, drinking natural
Yeah.
spring water, and the other one they're just out on pasture.
Now, do you find that this is unique in the Ozarks to do this the way you are?
Yes.
Okay.
There's not many. There's not many hog farmers left in the Ozarks.
Because probably the local folks back in the day, that they probably did it like you're doing it.
They did, but a lot of people now just do dirt hogs. They put them on like a little plot of like land like this, about this big, and put 10 hogs in there, and let them just graze like that. And then you're going to get issues too about worms, and you're going to get issues about being too close together. We try not to have any on a 5-acre. We have ours in 5-acre paddocks, and we try not to have any more than 10 to 15 hogs on it, 5 acres. Which doesn't, that sounds like a lot, but it's really not. They have a lot of room to move around.
And they probably don't overwork the land too that way, right?
Well,
They do.
in this kind of weather, it gets beaten. Well, it's getting a little beaten down in certain areas, especially where we feed them. But and they'll clean out your woods.
Yeah.
You want your woods to be cleaned out, just get a couple of hogs for a few weekends. And they'll eat everything in sight. They eat all of the acorns and anything that's on the ground, and they love it. So this is one of our sows when she had a litter in the heat, and it was on a 105-degree day, and all of her piglets made it. If they weren't outside, they may not have been able to make it, because she went down into the ravine where it was the pool, nice and cool. She built herself a nest, and she had her hogs down, and she had her little piglets down there. And we just let them stay down there for a couple of days before we brought them up into the little houses that we have for them, so we can just be able to check on them. I also sell, since I'm up here, I might as well plug myself. I also sell a cranberry chutney and a tomato sauce, if anybody's interested, and a barbecue sauce. So,
Do you make all that?
yes, I do.
Wow.
Yeah. We process all of our own sauces. We don't process our hogs. We have them processed at a USDA plant. So we're able to sell our meat anywhere in the country.
Now, are you selling your meat at?
Farmers Market of the Ozarks.
Okay, so there's a new meat shop, and I'm forgetting the name of it, in it's off the Battlefield, Springfield.
Foreman's? No, I
Yeah.
don't.
Oh, you're not?
No. The one that we sell at is on Republic Road, right behind Houlihan's, office 60.
Oh, that's a new one, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Is it really?
It's wonderful.
Is it a lot? Is it completely different crew than the one over on Battlefield?
It's totally different people.
It's
Wow.
big and it's good.
Now, are they selling raw milk there?
No, they're not. No,
Is that not allowed?
not yet. They're trying to,
Okay.
but I don't
So
know.
did that? Not that I need to
That's
do
the
this now.
Missouri Milk Board anyway.
So
I mean,
was there some politics of why everybody went and started this new one? Oh, you just yes or no? I'm just because I
Probably.
heard I know a lot of farmers that were not happy with the situation there on Battlefield. So
He's got me on tape.
Yeah. He's pleading the
could
fifth.
you pause that for just a second?
I'll
Go
give
there
you.
and ask for people.
Matt O'Reilly decided to open up the farmers market on that side of town.
The guy that has the outdoor shop.
Mhm.
Okay.
So when he
Cool.
decided to open that, a lot of the people from Battlefield wanted to have two places, and Battlefield asked them to sign a non-disclosure agreement and also a non-compete.
Ah.
So they weren't within a 6-mile radius of the farmers
Wow.
market. So they all left.
And so is that a pretty slim picking over there?
I don't know.
That was nice
I haven't been to it, but
Oh.
it's probably.
Well, that's good. That's the American way.
Well, yeah, and I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
like
it should have
that.
mattered one way or the other if you were at 2 farmers markets or 1 farmers
Yeah,
market.
right.
You know, so.
How often does that come?
Thursday evenings from 4 to 7:30, and Saturdays from 7:30 to 1 o'clock.
And it's behind Houlihan.
Mhm. Right off of 60. You'll see it right off of James River.
It's even easier to get
Right,
to.
yeah, Beach Road.
Yeah, you don't have to go up
Yeah.
Sunstone. Yeah.
Great.
It's a pretty busy market. It's very nice. I mean, there's right now the produce like everywhere. It's a little hard because of the weather, but all the fall crops should be starting to come in soon, and so it'll be nice. So, any questions? That's basically my little spiel.
Is there any other place you can buy? Like, can you buy your meat online or something?
We sell on the internet. We also sell at Homegrown Foods. It has our meat.
Is that off of Cherry?
On Cherry and Pickwick, yes.
Where?
Homegrown Foods in Springfield on Cherry and Pickwick. every day we get into other places. Our meat, we're going to have a couple other places that are going to start carrying it, but we're still working on that.
What about, I see Harder House. Do the Harder Houses down here carry your meat?
No, Harder House, the only two Harder Houses I sell at is Eastgate and on Republic, and they only sell my sauces right now.
What's your website?
CircleBRanchPork.com.
Okay.
And like us on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay. Circle B Ranch on Facebook. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank
Any
you very
questions?
much. Thank you for coming.
Thank
Great.
you.
I got one question. You know, they say the reason that they have the hogs in those metal frames and stuff is so they won't roll over on their babies and kill them.
No.
And you don't have any kind of problem with that.
I find that the young sows, we have every once in a while we'll have an issue with that, but after that, no. The mothers are pretty good. They like make a noise when they want to lay down, and the little piglets basically know it, and they run out of the way, and then they lay down, and then the piglets go back. That's how God intended. I don't think God intended us to have them in confinement in a little crate that they couldn't get out of. I'm sorry. You know, that's nature. I have a real big issue with that. Okay? Anybody else? Well, thank you so much, guys.
Oh, thank you so much. Again, we do appreciate it. Well, check out Circle B Ranch if you haven't already. I'm going to go try to buy some of the pork. I love to eat pork, so I don't want to have any worms, But other than that, our meeting's moving pretty fast tonight. 7:35. So
I was short and sweet, sorry.
which is nice actually. So it's good to kind of to have.
We'll have time to mingle.
We got to the meat and potatoes pretty quick on that one.
We didn't get the potatoes.
We didn't talk about potatoes. We did talk about meat. So yeah, our workshop is Saturday. So that's the thing we'd like you to all come out, please, to our gardening workshop on Saturday.
And there's flyers. Take some for your friends.
There's a flyers. Please take some for your friends. Our next meeting will be September the 11th of next month, obviously. That's the second Tuesday, and we're going to meet on September the 11th. We're going to meet here, so we'll email you all, assuming we have your email address, which looks like we do. And that's pretty much it. So, does anyone have any questions for me or for our group or comments?
Oh.
Yes, Marcy. Any what? Garlic head seeds. Does anybody have garlic seeds or anything like that?
Could mention that we have a YouTube channel.
I'm going to mention that too. I know, we're going to have
I've wondered
to.
about that.
I said it last time, but I got to get the sound amplification out here. This is too loud.
Yeah.
So,
Have you thought about, speaking of seeds, have you thought about getting some from Baker Creek Seeds to come to one of these, or have you already done that?
yeah, that's where I get all my seeds from. That I've been
Oh, so
using.
you already had somebody speak here from Baker
Oh,
Creek
no,
Seeds?
oh, no.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I would like to. That would be great to have them come speak.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Maybe we should try that. We have
Maybe we should go there.
we should go there.
Well, they usually have them
Bye,
on Sunday
Todd.
and Monday because they're separate day.
Oh,
license.
you're
But I think
okay.
there's
Okay,
an
man.
actual festival that's kind of like
Um, So
Oh,
next
yeah, no, they definitely have that.
next month we have a speaker. It's what's the gentleman's name?
It's either Danielle or Danielle. Tim McGurk from National Enzyme.
Yeah, we have a speaker from the National Enzyme Company out of Forsyth
Ah.
coming next month. So that's going to be really interesting. That's Danielle Harrison.
Is he their scientist there?
What?
Is he their scientist, like their...
I don't know what his
I'm really not
position
sure what
is.
his title is. We talked to their
President.
the CEO, their president, a month ago, and he said he would send someone out. So
I think Danielle Harrison is the
Right.
It's the person I'm thinking of.
It's the
if
what?
it's somebody I already know, that's another.
It's their scientist.
No.
It's a woman.
It's a woman. It's Danielle Harrison.
Danielle
Okay.
is typically a
I know I've seen that spelled like that, but anyway, so she's coming out next month on September the 11th. We have our workshop on, like I said, this Saturday. So we also have a YouTube channel. We would like to encourage everyone to please come to our Homegrown Missouri YouTube channel. It's on our website, it's on Meetup, it's on Facebook. I encourage everyone to please RSVP on our Meetup events that you're coming to our events. It just is a way to kind of get more exposure, and on Facebook as well. So friend us on Facebook, like us on Facebook. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, our YouTube channel is just Homegrown Missouri.
I know. Yeah, it's. Oh, okay. It is. Yeah, it's Homegrown Missouri is our YouTube channel.
maybe send an email about that because people might not realize.
Yeah, we should probably do that. So. But. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna hang out here for a little while. So.
You know, there's maybe what we, I don't know. Do you want some suggestions like maybe for
Yeah. What do
people to have
what
talk?
do we want to do? I mean.
There's also and I don't know if this would be of interest or not, but it's really an interesting company, and I cannot think of the name of it